Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think I have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah, boy.
Hey family, how's everybody doing? Thank you guys for coming on in. We're going to have this conversation a little bit. You guys understand, over the weekend, a group off of YouTube, they go by the initials AWP. And I just don't want to get in trouble. That's why I'm not saying it. It's not that I have anything against them, but they went and helped on the search for Kylie Rodney, and they found her. You guys understand? They found her. Well, they found a car in the reservoir, and the car was upside down. They presumed it was her. Adventures with a Purpose. Thank you, Crystal. Adventures with a Purpose. I'm reading. Crystal put the name out there. Okay. Thank you, Crystal. And they went down there and they found her. Okay. And this may be a good thing for everybody, but I'm pretty sure the family is not all that. They were hoping that, they would find maybe she went away with the boy or somebody had her and all of that, It's never good. You keep the family in your prayers. Please do that. But my thinking goes past that because for 2 weeks they've been looking for her. The FBI, they tell you about all the numbers. Where was she? She was in the lake. She was in the lake in the reservoir, 14 feet under. The car was upside down. It done flipped so many times or whatever, going down in the water, and it was on his back. And so anyway, um, you know, that's what usually happens when you deal with drugs and alcohol and your friends. This is why you know, anytime that when I was a kid, got to go out, my mother will tell me to, take my friends with me or my brothers got to go with me. And we come back with each other. We have to come back with each other. And maybe that's what we're going to have to start doing again is telling our kids, this is a lesson, you guys. I mean, it's a tragedy. Wave says somebody put her there after they searched the lake. Okay. I don't know. I don't know about that. That's hard for me to believe. Wave, that's hard for me to. She said, yep. Wave, that's hard for me to believe. Where did you get that from? Where did you get that from? Wave. Now, usually you be coming up with some good stuff, but then you done set it off in here. Her friend said that she left her there because she wasn't in a condition to drive. Well, yeah, but that's when you carry the person and put them in the car, take the keys from them, and tell them. Drones, helicopters would have seen that white car 14 feet water. Okay, so that's you assuming somebody put it there. Okay, they are still investigating the whole situation, you guys. But and divers was there. Yep, I get it. I understand. I get it, Wade. But I'm gonna tell you something. You know, being in water, diving and stuff, and not having the adequate equipment, and sometimes you know, have you ever had people that they worked for you or whatever, and you walk away and they be down, they be in the bathroom and they be everywhere else, and then they done spend a whole day. And I mean, everybody's collecting the check because they got a new, thing to do or something. People get lazy. People get lazy. So, I mean, I'm going to believe that they just did not see it, but I'm pretty sure, I guarantee you, they're going to check. But here's the thing. They've been looking for this girl for 2 weeks, and I'm pretty sure they've been watching who comes and who goes and all of that. But no, I think I don't believe that. I don't believe that somebody put her there after that. I just can't believe that. SP, they went out, found it in 2 hours. Possibility, way. Possibility, but you know, that's like, you know what? Here's the thing. Anything's possible. I'm understanding what you're saying. You want to come on the live and explain this to us? Because I know you're probably tired of texting, and maybe you can just explain it. You ain't got to show your face if you don't want to show your face. Everybody's opinion here is welcome. You know, You ain't got to show your face, but I think the police is really embarrassed with this one here. You know, I think the police is embarrassed, very embarrassed. And Woke the God is in the building. How you doing, Woke the God? And like, here's the thing. They are okay.
I'm not scared to show my face.
Oh, you want me to you shoot in the face now?
I know. That's why I said I'm not scared to show my face.
Okay, go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
What I was saying is they've been searching for her. They used drones, helicopters, divers. They couldn't find a car.
Right.
14 feet isn't very deep.
14 feet is not that deep. It is not.
And this is a white car.
Was it white or silver?
It was white.
Okay.
White. And there was a lot of weird stuff that's been happening. I've been following the story. I know y'all have been too. But
no, we just got on it. We got on it, and I think it was like Friday. I think Friday. I wanted to put a little light on it because it's been everywhere. So I wanted to put a little light on it, and what happened was, I basically spoke to the family, and I told them, I said, they need to just look in the lake.
Right.
That's where they need to look, in the lake. She's in the lake.
Right.
I wouldn't have looked nowhere else but the lake. If I would have went down there, I would have looked in the lake. She would have been in the lake. But
I was hoping she took off with some friends or something too.
But see, they've been watching that area. So tell me how somebody would have possibly been able to go in there and put her in there after, because they've still been searching that area.
Yeah. Well, like I said, they were looking all through the lake. They had divers, helicopters, and drones. And then you got all these fishy people, like this girl, Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's Jax and the other girl. I can't remember her name. I forgot her name. She's got marks all over her face.
Yeah, I can't remember her name either.
So
the other day.
So the girl, Sammy, had a big crush on her.
On who?
And yeah, and Kylie didn't feel the same way.
Oh.
And Sammy was really upset about that. She was going to get a ride. She asked Kylie if she could get a ride home. And Kylie said she'd give her a ride home. Well, right before her phone got the last ping, evidently it was turned off, she said she didn't need a ride home anymore. Right about that time, Sammy's phone went off too. And so did her ex-boyfriend. Well, I forget what his name is. Jax or Jag.
Jagger, and then the young lady name is Maggie or Mags.
Right. Mags. Right. Anyways, the theory was she was taken and hidden somewhere with the car. And after they had done the lake and checked, scoped the lake out or whatever, the car was driven into the lake with her in it.
Really? Okay. Okay.
Who knows? They would have found the car at 14 feet. How are you not going to see a car at 14 feet? You got divers, helicopters, and drones.
Well, the car was on his back. So, it could have been lime green. When a car is on his back, it's black. You got the wheel and you got the underneath. You don't got none of the white show.
No, but you still got silver parts on the bottom of the car that's going to shine through.
That car wasn't a new car. And when I look underneath the car,
there's no silver underneath the car. Divers don't have like some kind of. They have stuff to detect like metal and stuff like that.
I understand that, but you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate to say it, but I believe that these police dropped the ball. Come on now. Come on now, was in the building, and come on now, said LE dropped the ball.
They always drop the ball.
God. Who is this? Said, come on now.
I just can't understand. I watched him drag that car out. It wasn't even that far off. Oh, sure.
I understand that, but you know, it was $100,000 out there. It was a Hellcat on the line, and let me tell you something. These people are professional. I know they're YouTubers, but they go out and this is what they do for fun. They go out and they go scavenger hunting and stuff. And so they know how to work their equipment, and they do this for fun, but they go out there. This child came up missing and they went out there. Let me tell you something. No, the police they right now got what they call, they got stuff on their face, you know, because they did look. But I'm gonna tell you something. They didn't find this girl. Now, what you saying? If it is true, they're gonna investigate a lot, because they got shame on their face. Because how could you spend hours, just all those hours in the equipment, and then you guys searched and I mean, you didn't see tire tracks, you didn't see anything, and
that's what they're talking about. He spent thousands and thousands of hours looking for this girl,
and it didn't happen. Hey, Rose.
I don't get it. You're so close to the shore, 14 feet deep. We could have swam out there.
It happens all the time. AWP. They have more experience with the sonar than these police departments. How often do they go out and search for water, vehicles in water? What, once, maybe a year? Right. They have gone out and they have recovered so many vehicles underwater that police divers have dove on and missed. It's how you read the sonar. And I've watched them. And some of the images on the sonar that they come up with, it's like, how do you know that's a vehicle? Then they throw a magnet down on it. And if it hits, they dive. And that's how they find them.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but then again, we're not looking at the police department doesn't use. We're not looking at a lake. We're looking at 14 feet deep.
Right.
They found cars in 8 foot of water that has been dove on.
They have recovered, I think the number, don't quote me, you guys.
23.
20. Thank you. 23. They've got it down. They understand. And when I'm just saying, I believe that they dropped the ball. They're gonna have to get people when they're gonna investigate, they're gonna need people to just know how to work the equipment, get the equipment, and you know what I'm saying?
And then you had these two guys that went out there. I don't know who they are, but there's two guys that went out there with that boat. Mm-hmm. And 2 hours.
Right.
Found that
they were
car.
hooking up the car. They were hooking up the car.
2 hours. Had the car hooked.
I believe it. Up. I believe it. Because here's the thing. Okay, the FBI and all of them, most of the people is on land. They're doing land. So they're looking at cameras. They're looking at anybody seen this. They're looking at the dirt or whatever. So they knew she did not leave that part. The car did not leave the part. She didn't leave the part. Now, if the car was hidden somewhere, wouldn't they have found the car before somebody else went and put it in there? Because one thing you don't do, you do a crime, you don't go in there messing with it. me, it's a done deal. What you did, you leave it alone. You don't go back and try to go hide it. Hide it for
Well, there
what?
was over
Why would they go
200
to
kids
Uber
there.
and hide it?
Yeah, there was over 200 kids there doing drugs, drinking.
They said 400. They first started saying 200 to 300. Then
Yeah,
they
that's what I
turned
heard, 200 to
around
300.
and said
There was
they
actually two
interviewed.
different parties.
Oh yeah,
There
Right,
was
it
two
was two
different
different
parties.
parties. Yeah.
they interviewed 400 kids, and I'm like, all the people that was out there looking, it would have been impossible for somebody to come and move a vehicle.
That's what I'm saying. With all those people out there, how would you even know?
It
I'm
wouldn't
talking
really matter. There's no street lights. It's pitch black.
Exactly.
She was
How would you know?
drinking and she took the wrong turn. And bottom line, I mean, yes, her friend Sammy, I do believe, holds some responsibility because what happened to girl code? You look
Last
after
they
your
saw
girl when
each
she's
other,
in
they went to
danger.
charge their phones up, and that was it.
Her phone went dead when she went into the water. Just like her her car doors and everything, she couldn't open them. She couldn't even get her safety belt off
Yeah.
because it affects the electrical wiring.
Well, no, I wouldn't say she couldn't get her seatbelt off because her body was in the back of the car, all the way in the back. That's why they had the tarp over the back of the car, because that's where her body was.
I don't believe that.
They showed that on the news. That's why they had the front of the car wasn't wrapped. It was
They
only the back
always
of the car.
cover it. They always. I believe that window was broken when it hit shore. Break it open to see if the body was in it, because when Purpose drove down on it, all the windows were sealed. They confirmed it. It was sealed. When they brought it up on land, and it wasn't probably all the way up in shore, if you remember right, all those people went around that car. They busted that window to make sure the body was in it. They always do it that way when the windows are up. You need to go watch their videos on their recoveries.
I did watch the video. And the tarp, when
No.
they pulled it up, the
No,
tarp
there are
started at the
other
front of the
videos.
car.
There are other videos that they recover vehicles on. You'd be amazed at what they brought up. They just do it more often, that's all. They got the eye for it. They started doing this stuff looking for throwaway guns. You know, they have dove down to 60 feet to bring a vehicle up.
Right.
You know, they just got more experience. That's all I can say. They put a second team together. Jared and them have trained them. Now they've got two vehicles that they can go across the country and look for missing people.
Right. I believe you. That's what I think. I think they did I just think the police gonna have something on their face because they dropped the ball. I really do believe they dropped the ball. I never did think that the young lady was away from the camp. I never did. But they did a good job.
You know, when I heard they were going there, I knew they were going to find her. I always did believe she was in the water because nobody ever seen the car. Could never find the car. And if you can't find the car and there's a reservoir right there, hey, where else are you going to find her?
And if we're just regular folks, not investigators, not police,
Right.
and we're all thinking it's in the water, you tell me how the FBI and investigators and police aren't thinking the same thing.
FBI don't have a dive team. They do all the other.
There was a dive team out there looking.
There was a dive team, but when was the last time they dove on a car looking for it? 2 years ago? They don't have the experience. They don't do it enough. They don't do it enough to recover somebody.
Well, I guess they need better training.
Well, I tell you what, I guarantee you, with them finding, and here's the thing, with them finding the young lady in 2 hours, I guarantee you the police is going to really investigate to see how long the car been down there and
Yep.
is there any tampering or whatever. But
Yep.
let me tell you right
One
now,
thing
They'll be
One
able to
thing
tell by the body how long it was
This-
down there.
these people that went and found her is not going to jeopardize their livelihood trying to get $100,000 in a Hellcat and their whole channels and their husbands and wives. They're not going to jeopardize all of this just to get some,
they won't even take the award.
and
They
they
won't
already found 23 other people. So I definitely don't think it's them. But could it been somebody that but where would they would have hit a whole car? Where would they would have hit a whole car? The car, she in the car. I can see her being in the back end of the car because the car's going to tilt one way or another.
Right.
It's underwater. It's going to go underneath water, and it may not fill all the way up. It may have just a little bit, and she would have been floating there in the back, and then that's probably why.
They said she was in the back of the car. That's why the tarp was in the back of the car. If you go back and
It
look
was
at all the-
amazing. It was amazing. It's the first time I ever seen that was the divers. They might have rigged the car up for them. I know Doug will go down and they'll rig it up.
Right.
But it's the first time that I've ever seen them take a car that was upside down and turn it around in the water before they pulled it out. Because normally they don't pull. They'll pull them out that way and then flip them when they got them on land.
Right.
Mm.
Right. That was
There's even a dent like halfway up on the door. You know what a side mirror is? Side mirror is broke on the driver's side. And then
Yeah, but that
halfway
could have
up,
been.
there's a dent where they said she probably tried to kick her way out or get out.
Well, she wouldn't kick it from the outside. That dent
No,
was
from
probably
the
in the middle.
inside. No, she was kicking.
The dent's on the outside.
That's what I'm. Of course. She's not going to kick from the outside.
How's she gonna kick the door from the outside if she can't get out?
Of course, she's kicking from the inside after she was down under trying to get out of the car.
Nobody
But
said
somehow, I
that.
guess after she was already gone, her body floated to the back of the car. That's what they had said on one of the news channels. But I heard her body went to the back of the car.
I haven't heard that one.
Well, I did.
But Doug and them, they film everything when they're underwater. It's all recorded. And Doug even said they're not leaving for 2 days. And if the cops want to go over the video with them, they'll show them how they located it and try to give them techniques in case they ever come into this situation again. And he's also stated they have no problem teaching these teams what to look for.
Wow.
On the sonar. But, they never had it easy in the beginning when they first started doing this stuff. A lot of police departments wouldn't work with them. Now they're working with them because they have such a great recovery.
Right. They do. They do. I'm just, wow. They do. And they only been doing the YouTube thing for 2 years. I don't know if they had a lot of the equipment before, but I mean, I see that and I'm just amazed. I'm just so happy that they went out there. I wish that they would go out on some other cases.
Right.
Oh, they are. They're leaving Tahoe and they're going to San Luis Obispo. And they're going to search for another girl that they believe is underwater.
Okay.
Because actually, where they were before they went to Turkey, they were going back home because the second team's getting ready to go out on a run.
Okay.
And that's the
Have they ever
one
come down
that
here to look for Cody?
Look for who?
Cody Bixby?
They ain't going to go look for Cody.
Why?
Because there's no proof he's in the water.
Oh, there has to be.
They don't. they don't go looking for bodies in the water, because if somebody's in the body within a week,
Well,
the gases raises them to the surface.
how did they have proof that Kaylee was in the water?
Because they couldn't find her car. It wasn't showing up anywhere.
Okay.
That's when they start looking in the water. If the person in the vehicle's missing, you know, a lot of these, it's just obvious. They look, it's really interesting if you watch their videos, how they start. You got to watch how their past videos. They sit down with the family, try to figure out what their patterns are, where the car was last seen in the person. Then they do a 5-mile radius circle, and they start looking for the waterways. And then once they start looking at them and what they think, sometimes they have a cell phone ping, and they'll go off the ping and then do it.
They have found people that they wasn't even looking for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, God, they're just doing a good job. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what? Like I said, the police is going to investigate this, but they're going to investigate it because
I hope they do.
Oh,
I think
trust me,
more is going to come
The
out.
only thing they won't do, they won't get involved if it's a criminal case, and
I think there's
their
going to
wives
come a lot more out of it. I really do.
well,
But that's just me.
right.
I just think the only crime that was there, that somebody that seen her so drunk, and the person that was supposed to get a ride with her thought she was too drunk to take her home, should have pulled her keys.
They're such close friends. Why? And she thought that she was too drunk. Why didn't she take her home?
Right.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
she was drunk, but why didn't they take her keys?
Yeah.
And that's what it boils down to. Nobody planted that car there. If you look at the roadway and the road's going down, she just took the wrong turn.
Oh, man.
And it's sad, you know. But I do believe the cops have a responsibility up there. I think they need to clear up the drug-infested city.
Right. Zan, are you on here? Hello.
I'm going to go and let somebody else come up.
All right.
But
Thank you,
thank you
Rose.
for your time.
Yeah. I'll talk to y'all later.
All righty.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So, this is my question, SP.
Uh-huh.
How did they get the color of the truck wrong? The family doesn't know what color her vehicle was?
Why? Did somebody say it was a different color?
Yeah, they said it was silver.
That's what I just got through telling the girl. Wasn't the car silver?
No, it wasn't. I watched him bring it up, and it was white.
I mean, they've got a picture that, like, it was the picture of her car, and I took the picture. And if you look on one of the things, I even showed the picture of the car. It looked like it was silver to me, but I don't know. You know, it's hard. I don't know. I think that, you know, when your child come up missing, they didn't come home, you just all over the place. They could got the color wrong. I don't know how, but, you know, silver, you know, I don't know how, you know.
I was watching it, and just watching the vehicle up, and the truck was white. I'm thinking, this
Some people are saying it is silver. It was silver. I looked at it. Okay, here's the thing. What people don't understand. Different cameras, it may look silver. Different cameras settings at lightings things look a different color too. Because I looked at it one time and it looked like it was silver coming out, but then while it was in the water, it looked like it was white. But I got a short video. We can look at it. It was silver going in and silver coming out. The water and TV or computer monitor phones pixelation could make it look different. Exactly. Heather explained it. Heather explained it. I don't think they ever said a color. Yeah, they did say a color. I think they were just showing make or model. No, they said a color now. They did say a color. But we'll look at some of the things. I'm gonna try to bring up this YouTube thing and see if it'll pull up real quick.
Okay, I'm gonna get back in the chat.
All righty. Okay, you guys, let's look at one of these videos real quick. It's 3 minutes. So if people don't know that they can look at it themselves. And thank you, Zan, for calling in. Hey, Pretty K, how you doing? Looking at different pics, some silver, some white. Yeah.
Car were found today near where 16-year-old Kylie Rodney went missing. Live Copter 3 flew over the scene tonight as crews pulled this vehicle from the Prosser Reservoir. This is an exclusive view of this. The Placer County Sheriff's Office said the identity of the person found has not been confirmed tonight. We do want to break down a timeline of events since Kylie Rodney did go missing. She was last seen August 6th at the Prosser family campground with hundreds of other teens and young adults at a party. The next morning, her mother discovered she didn't come home. On August 12th, a tip line was set up to help law enforcement with the search. This weekend, the nonprofit Adventures with Purpose began their search, and today they discovered a car and a body in the Prosser Reservoir, not far from where she was last seen.
A very active investigation. We're at the Prosser Creek Reservoir, and law enforcement agencies are still out here right now. At this hour, investigators are still posted up. You can see that light and some law enforcement vehicles across the water. A body was found here earlier, but the Placer County Sheriff's Office says its identity has not been confirmed. Investigators and rescue divers joining forces at the Prosser Creek Reservoir in Truckee. Live Copter 3 capturing the moment a car was pulled out of the water Sunday night. A volunteer search group called Adventures with Purpose says their divers found that car as well as a body here, the same area where 16-year-old Kylie Rodney was reported missing.
It was a pretty big stretch for them to look for her. She could have been anywhere.
Adventures with Purpose says the car they found matches the description of Kylie's car, which is a silver Honda CR-V. It's important to point out that as of late Sunday night, the Placer County Sheriff's Office said it had not yet confirmed the identity of the body that was found.
It just baffles me that they weren't able to locate her in 2 weeks.
Kylie was last seen on August 6th at a party with hundreds of other teens at the Prosser family campground. Several law enforcement agencies, including the Placer and Nevada County Sheriff's Offices, California Highway Patrol, and the FBI, have been searching for Kylie ever since.
For them to not be able to find her, it is pretty, I don't know. It bothers me a little, honestly.
Adventures with Purpose was brought in to join the search just days ago and credits their use of sonar to locate missing people. Many in the community questioning why it took until their involvement for law enforcement to potentially have an update to the search in this area.
Why don't they have the equipment that they had to find her? Why, where we live, we have bodies of water everywhere.
With the media contact for Kylie Rodney's loved ones, they tell me the family has not gotten word from law enforcement, so they do not have anything to share at this time. Meanwhile, the Placer County Sheriff's Office says it will be holding a press conference at 11 a.m. Monday, and we're hoping to get more details then.
Okay, so they did say it was a silver car, you guys. They did say the color of the car matches what the family had said, and the family said it was silver, and that's what color the car was when it came out the water. It was silver going in and it was silver coming out. It was silver. Sorry, looked white in the video. It's silver. You're okay. Wave, you okay. I mean, it takes everybody's thinking. Just because somebody is not in agreement or something, don't don't take it like people beating, or just because you get a word wrong or you get a color wrong. I mean, we're all using our minds and brains trying to figure out what happened. And you know what's so weird to me? You're fine. Did you guys not look that I didn't see no cliff or anything? Like, did she run off a cliff? It just seems like she just ran off the road right into the water. I don't see where there's a cliff where she ran off a cliff. She just drove right off the road into the water. She was that drunk. You guys understand? Yeah, it did look white. Yes, it did. It definitely did look white. Like I said, when I looked at it, I thought it was white too. But they just said it was a silver car that they pulled out. And the license plates were on the car too. They pulled the license plates when they dive on the cars. Oh, really? And the license plates matched. Okay, keep going straight, but was a corner. Did you guys really don't even pay attention to what he's saying, but look at how all the way around that area is flat land? It was like she just drove off the road into the river. I didn't see any type of lighting out there. No. The plate is what matters. Yeah. Nope. And was close to mom, good life. So it seemed. Texting. Wow. Could have been she texting and not paying attention, and she still thought she was on the road. Passed out at the wheel. They said it was really dark out there. I didn't see any type of lighting. Let me see if I can pull up some of this conference, you guys, because we can do this as long as I speak a little bit. You guys know I'm not going to say too much because I want to hear what you guys hear. But let me see if I can pull it. If I can't pull it, that's fine. I mean, I just want to know. I want everybody to know that, like, if you got kids and you got teenagers out there, to tell them to buddy up. Diane says it was foul play. Oh, okay. I don't know, Diane. I'm going to pay attention to it and everything. Hello, how you doing, Francis? Hello. Always buddy up. Yeah, even grown people. Let's see if we can get this to come up, you guys. Let's see.
Emergency planning for kids. You can't predict when an emergency will happen, so that's why it's important to make a plan with your parents. Here are a few tips to stay safe. Know how to get in touch with your family. Write down phone numbers for your parents, siblings, and neighbors. Pick a place to meet your family if you are not together and can't go home. Remind your parents to pack an emergency supply kit. Making a plan might feel like homework, but it will help you and your family stay safe during an emergency.
At breaking news tonight, an ominous update in the search for missing 16-year-old Kylie Rodney. A vehicle pulled from a lake where Rodney went missing more than 2 weeks ago, and a body inside it. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Marla Ginter.
And I'm Steve Larson. Placer Sheriff's Office confirming a body is found inside that vehicle. They have not ID'd it yet.
CBS 13's Brady Home is live in Truckee with what we know right now. Brady?
Well, guys, I'm on the east side of Prosser Lake, and just behind me, just about a half a mile across the lake, is where law enforcement have gathered. Investigators revealed the vehicle from beneath the surface of the lake, slowly pulling it to shore, appearing to be a silver Honda CR-V, the same one Kylie Rodney was driving the night she disappeared. Right now, they're trying to determine whether the body found inside is, in fact, Kylie Rodney. They first arrived at the Prosser family campground around 4 p.m. this afternoon. They pulled the car out of the lake just before 8 p.m. this evening. It appears they set up a command post on the west shore of the lake where the dive team originally found the car. Now, this all started after a specialty dive team called Adventures with Purpose posted on Facebook that they found Rodney's vehicle 14 feet.
Family, the only thing I got to say about this is I'm pretty sure the family is a little bit upset to get the news that was on Facebook first. But I'm going to say I understand probably why they did it, because, you know, people like to take the credit when you done did all the work. So I probably would have done it also. I would have done that also. I probably would have went on Facebook or YouTube or live or something, or because I would have said, hey, you guys, look, this is where we're at. So nobody could come in and say, well, we found, because I mean, that usually happened. But I'm looking at this flat land, and surely they could have matched up her tires going into this lake. You know what I'm saying? They were there that same day. I don't know. Let's keep listening.
Underwater with a body inside. Law enforcement and Rodney's family were notified soon after. The 16-year-old has been missing since August 6th, and she was last seen at a party at the Prosser family campground just outside of Truckee. Search and rescue teams have spent the last 2 weeks searching for her. Several law enforcement agencies were involved, including the FBI. So far, they have received more than 1,800 tips from the public. Now, the Placer County Sheriff's Office has not yet identified the body that they found inside, but they do plan to have a press conference tomorrow at 11 a.m. We'll keep you updated on air and online at CBS13.com. Guys?
All right, Brady, thank you for that line.
Wow. Okay, you guys. I'm not, Wave, I'm with you there. It's kind of, it is a little fishy because it's flat land. It'd been different if it was a cliff or something and then she fell over, but it's not even a cliff out there unless we're not seeing the whole part. She drove out there, and so her car would have had tire tracks, and because she went to the party, she didn't come home. Mom called in and said, hey, my daughter's missing. They said she went to this party. They went out there. They're looking around or whatever. Surely you could see tires going into the lake. But every time I went out with my friends, we always came back together. I remember hearing her mother saying that she called Kylie at 12:30 that morning and she didn't answer. But on that clip says different. Replay it again, please, SP. I'm not accusing her of anything. Which clip you need me to play back? The one we just looked at? Why I say it was done later after investigating the area. I see why you're saying what you're saying. Look out for each other, guys. Was it the first clip I played or this one? Because the other one. Okay. Because we got that one saved.
Car were found today near where 16-year-old Kylie Rodney went missing. Live Copter 3 flew over the scene tonight as crews pulled this vehicle from the Prosser Reservoir. This is an exclusive view of this. The Placer County Sheriff's Office said the identity of the person found has not been confirmed tonight. We do want to break down a timeline of events since Kylie Rodney did go missing. She was last seen August 6th at the Prosser family campground with hundreds of other teens and young adults at a party. The next morning, her mother discovered she didn't come home. On August 12th, a tip line was set up to help law enforcement with the search. This weekend, the nonprofit Adventures with Purpose began their search, and today they discovered a car and a body in the Prosser Reservoir, not far from where she was last seen.
A very active investigation. We're at the Prosser Creek Reservoir, and law enforcement agencies are still out here right now. At this hour, investigators are still posted up. You can see that light and some law enforcement vehicles across the water. A body was found here earlier, but the Placer County Sheriff's Office says its identity has not been confirmed. Investigators and rescue divers joining forces at the Prosser Creek Reservoir in Truckee. Live Copter 3 capturing the moment a car was pulled out of the water Sunday night. A volunteer search group called Adventures with Purpose says their divers found that car as well as a body here, the same area where 16-year-old Kylie Rodney was reported missing.
It was a pretty big stretch for them to look for her. She could have been anywhere.
Adventures with Purpose says the car they found matches the description of Kylie's car, which is a silver Honda CR-V. It's important to point out that as of late Sunday night, the Placer County Sheriff's Office said it had not yet confirmed the identity of the body that was found.
It just baffles me that they weren't able to locate her in 2 weeks.
Kylie was last seen on August 6th at a party with hundreds of other teens at the Prosser family campground. Several law enforcement agencies, including the Placer and Nevada County Sheriff's Offices, California Highway Patrol, and the FBI, have been searching for Kylie ever since.
For them to not be able to find her, it is pretty, I don't know. It bothers me a little, honestly.
Adventures with Purpose was brought in to join the search just days ago and credits their use of sonar to locate missing people. Many in the community questioning why it took until their involvement for law enforcement to potentially have an update to the search in this area.
Why don't they have the equipment that they had to find her? Why, where we live, we have bodies of water everywhere.
Touch with the media contact for Kylie Rodney's loved ones. They tell me the family has not gotten word from law enforcement, so they do not have anything to share at this time. Meanwhile, the Placer County Sheriff's Office says it will be holding a press conference at 11 a.m. Monday, and we're hoping to get more details then.
1,000 coins. Okay, you guys. Was that it? Brown sugar, was that it? Brown sugar, was that it? Hey, Katrina, how you doing? Katrina Hickman's in the building. Alvera, how you doing, Alvera? What's going on? Haven't seen you in a while. Chatty Decor and more. I think when, let me see. I think Chatty Decor says, I think when he got Hunt, someone put the car there. The car wasn't there the whole time. I don't care what nobody say. Okay. Tina says, I believe it's foul play. Also, someone had to be in with her and they got out of the car. Wave says, nope, no seatbelt. Yep, the YouTubers did the police job better than them. I don't know what happened when it came down to who did the scuba diving. Sometimes people just, they get paid, whether they find somebody or not, they get paid. And so they go down and they come up and they eating crackers and chips or what. You guys, I see people at jobs, nurses, doctors, lawyers, attorneys, judges, and sometimes people just don't do an adequate job, or they don't have the time. They're thinking of something else that they want to do. Thank you, Lisa T, for the yoo-hoo. She was found in the back of the car. How? Heather says 100. Come on now. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa T. Says, show me a dance. Come on, you guys. Nick found her with sonar equipment, then dove to verify the car. Sonar equipment. Wow. Says she must float it back there. Wow. Sonar must be very expensive. Somebody look up the price and see how much a sonar equipment costs. Woo, thank you. Oh my goodness. Hey Rosie, what's going on? You guys, we're gonna anything. Lisa T says, show me the dance. Okay, Lisa T. Anything anybody got to say? Some people believe that there's some foul play. We will follow the story. Keyboarding. We're going to follow the story, you guys. Helicopters have them when searching. Maybe they need to check and see if it's working. You know, there was a case, the Braylon Noble case, and they checked the pool where Braylon Noble lived. They checked the pool. You guys know Braylon Noble. And no Braylon. They checked, they scuba dived, they checked and everything. Now that case right there, I'm pretty sure that baby wasn't there. I mean, it's a pool. It's just a regular pool. But then a week go by, they done, you know what I'm saying? That baby would have floated. And see what I'm saying? And then the baby is in the pool. But I believe someone put the child in the pool, came back later on. So people do that. So Wave may be, you know, she believes that, and Lisa believes that, and I don't know who else. Who tell me right now, because there's 92 in that building right now. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe someone came back and put that young lady, the car or the young lady, in the water. 2 in the chat if you believe she just ran off the road. 1 if you think she drove, and a 2 if you 1 if you think somebody put her there. 2 if you think she ran off the road. Wow. Okay, there's almost like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a lot of 1s in there. So 1s is okay. We're gonna get off of here, you guys, in 1 minute. Hold on. What happened to the call? Oh my goodness. Oh, it's about $3,000. Wow. Yeah, but you know, you got to know how to read that, and you know, I doubt it. Pretty cases, I doubt it. I don't know enough information. Okay, so there's probably half and half, you guys. There's probably half and half. Underwater sonar equipment. Wow. Come on now. Says added drama. This area is wooded. 1. Okay, but here's the thing. Where she was found, it wasn't wooded there. I mean, if you look, they got one snapshot and you're looking at them, and they done set up a camp post all around them. It's just open. And that's what's bothering me. Hey, this is SP.
Hi, SP. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you, Phyllis?
I'm doing okay. Listen, I think with all, I first was agreeing with Wavy, and I still kind of am. I think that maybe water conditions and stuff might have shifted that car. But listening to the other video that the police were given today, I really think that the weather changes and so many people still being on all kinds of areas of that place where close to where the campground was. That I just believe, and I may be wrong, and that's okay too.
Right.
That there's foul play. That girl was really as drunk as Sammy says, unless Sammy ain't telling the truth. That could be a possibility. And then with the police saying today, there's something, just like in Cody's case, there's some things and some tips they're not going to tell us at this time. And even the water team said that they could not say at this time why exactly they decided to search that certain body of water. So whoever just put in the chat, there's some drama attached. I believe we're going to find some drama with this. I just really do, because it's not making sense. If now, I can remember going to parties and you get pretty drunk and maybe high and everything. And I'm a country girl, so when it's dark, it's dark. And even if somebody had taken her away, and they still could have come back at a later time, even though that's a lot of area to watch. Cars coming and going.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. And then with there being such a variety of people attending, I mean, my God, this was supposed to be just seniors. And so you've got college kids, they say, were there. You've got people who were probably just drifting, you know, from one lake area to another. I don't know if it's a lake, but body of water from another. You got riffraff there. Hey, don't tell them what happened to that young lady.
Exactly.
Still, again, if she was that drunk, unless she just decided, oh, I'm not going to stay here, like Sam said she was going to stay until the next day, and then come home. Right. So where again, between that being said and that car being in that water, what did really happen? Right. Because if she drives drunk, how she going to drive that car? Right. Well, it just doesn't really make a lot of sense to me.
So you believe that somebody put the car in her?
Yeah, they put that water.
Okay.
In that water.
Okay.
But one thing may be difficult for them to track that, and like they said, there's so many different tracks, and then it wasn't as muddy that night in the weeks even the days after that, because it rained. And it was muddier than previous, so you know there's a lot of different conditions to even consider.
Right.
You know, so I think it's going to be kind of interesting because
right.
I think there's some foul play.
All right.
And I think her family, although they haven't, that I know of, released the statement. I've been watching it pretty close today, but I think they have a lot of questions.
Right.
And my heart is so broken for them.
Yeah.
We're just losing too many of 16 years old. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
16.
Yeah. That's not good.
But yeah, I think maybe there's going to be some foul play. But just like I messaged you, I don't know if it was earlier today, but you called it right on that water because, I mean, there's so much water around.
Right.
You sure enough called that girl.
Yeah.
You called that one. But we just going to keep on listening and searching and hopefully come up with an answer if they do. But again, there's information that they're not telling us.
Right.
So you all have a good day.
All right, you too. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, thank you. Woke to God. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. You guys, we're going to get off here. I want to thank Natasha. I got your ticket right here, Natasha. Here's your ticket right here. It's good. Right here, 938-445. Putting it right here. And Francis, let me find Francis' name right here. Francis, here's your whole ticket right here. Got it right here. 938-476. That's it. It's ready to go in there. All right, you guys. I want to thank everybody for showing up, especially you guys for participating. Thank you guys very much. I will see you guys Wednesday.